Hi, I'm Chris here. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you're watching my video, please make sure you read on the description and the title below for the current software version that I'm using right now. My goal with this channel is to help you to become a better modeler. So please take a moment and let me know in the comment how am I doing. Remember to leave a thumbs up so it can help the YouTube to share this video with a wider audience. And if you aren't subscribed, please do so and click on the bell for future content. Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about Glodon axis grid line with a bracket X. So what is actually is a X? X means that it's a height function. When you done the axis, you can able to height and unheight. So before we go into this axis, I want to tell you that more about why do you need this axis grid line at all, what is it, and where do you find this thing, and how you're going to do this axis grid line later in the video. So what is the axis grid line? So you see there's green line in the software later. They are consist of x axis, which is horizontal line, and the y-axis is considered the vertical line, and the intersection point is 0, 0. There will be a cross over them. And where do you find this axis grid line? Is a top left and below for the floor selection. Show you example here in TS. You see the axis line is appear over here. If you sometimes it won't appear, we just have to click on this axis line with a gray highlighted this word. When you click on it, it will appear the axis. Yeah, these are the axes. Okay, so the axis will appear on this view tab: revision, quantity, view, draw, identify, BIM model, project setting, but not on the start and also not in the icon here. You're unable to see the axis grid. See, so for myself, I prefer you go to a tab and you start do everything from here, including axis and column and others as well. So because every tab here, it will, when you click on it, it will appear other ribbon, because in here they have their other function as well. So since you are doing draw function, modeling function, I will prefer you go to a draw tab over here and start to do all your modeling entities over here. So why do you even need this axis? So axis serve as a grid line for the model, same as the drawing you imported, but the axis serve more than just than that. The software itself able to recognize it and will speed up your modeling. So what do you mean by speed up is that quickly generate the entities from the axis line. I will show you an example later. So right now I will show you how the software able to recognize. I will give you one example. This example is actually in the function only appear in TRBC. This function calls rebar arrangement in BIM, which is on this one. So I will talk about this function later in the later video. So right now you just have to focus on the axis, which is the A, B, 1 and 2 on this area, not too much on the rebar. So as you can see, I have done the 4 beam here. I select one of this beam. When I select one of this beam, the beam coordinate is A/1-2, which after select, you will jump into another window. In this window, you can see the beam is in the A axis 1/2. So if you change the alphabet or the number for the axis over here and the distance, it will eventually affect on the quantity and the coordinate itself. Okay, make sure you've done this thing correctly. So type of axis that can be created in TASCIII and TRBC-III. So there are few types over here: octagonal axis, arch axis, diagonal axis, or combination of both and combination of all type of axis. So here I will show you some example that I done. From here, octagonal, you can do something like this, and something like that, and something like this. And the arch, you also can do something like this, diagonal, and combination of both and combination for all. So ARC means arc axis, ORT means orthogonal axis. Yeah, DIA means diagonal axis. So from here you can see these are the sample of combination of three type of axis, and this is arc and diagonal. In this section of the video, I'm going to teach you on how you're going to identify the axis and how do you create axis in TRBC-III. As you can see, TRBC tab and ribbon is almost alike. So from here, you have to go to Identify tab if you want to identify anything, and go to Drawing. The tab, the ribbon here will change as well. And then you go back to Identify. You see, you want this ribbon to appear or this function. We have to make sure have to click on the list here. Make sure have to click on the axis grid. Let's say you click on the column, it will appear column, and click back to axis grid, it will appear axis grid. Left click once on this axis grid, it will appear this three selection mode. So let's say we want to pick on the line first, we have to select this one, side line, and make sure always select the layer, because you want to make sure the layer the layer is perfect, and also the layer is the fastest one. We have to make sure we have to make everything fast. Click on the layer, follow the step over here, select the axis, left click to select, click once, and everything is selected. Okay, seems like the layer is okay. The draftman can draw this drawing is quite perfect, which is fine. And then let's say is let's say for example I want to unselect this one for this examples wise. So I just click on single entity to select on this axis, and it will appear unhighlighted, and you select again, you highlight in blue. So right click to confirm. Okay, once you right click, everything is disappear, all the axis disappear. Do not worry, if already captured in the software. To view this pick cat layer, you have to move to the cat display over here, unclick the original cat layer, click on the cat layer and pick on the axis, just like this one, right? Okay, we click again back to the drawing. Right now we need to pick on the label. For the label, you have to click on this one, pick label. Same will appear the selection mode of select by layer, color, and single entity. I will try my best to select the layer first because it is a faster mode. Yes, select once. Yes, in this case, scenario is that not everything is in order. So in this case, you have to press escape once to unselect everything, to reset, and then you click on the label again. We can use a function called single entity. Okay, from here, we need to use drag function, left click once and hold. When you see the this rectangular and the square size, make sure you cover the area that you want to select, and release the mouse, and everything is highlighted, which means it's captured. Right click to confirm the selection. Okay, when you see the label is disappear, then it will appear in over here. Click on the pick cat layer below here, click on the axis label, it will appear again. Make sure you unhide the original layer to make it more easier for your own viewing. So in this case, you have pick everything, auto identify. So this is the axis line. Let's say that you have accidentally picked something that you don't want. You can always use the function called restore cat entity over here. Click on this one, and from here you can also click on the layer and the selection method, color, and also entity to unselect the things that you don't want. Let's say I don't want this thing. I can select and right click, it will disappear, right? Okay, so back again, because I want this thing, I don't want to make it back to the original form. So that's all for identify. Thank you. So in this part of the video, I'm going to teach you how to identify axis in PDF. So the method are the same. So just like the drawing is different. Make sure you click on the PDF drawing, you open up the drawing, use back the same function that I taught you on identify cat, right click on the identify grid line, select the sideline, make sure you click on the layer, because we want things to be the fastest, right? Once click, make sure everything is correct. Right click to confirm. Same goes to layer. For the layer, once you click on this one, let's say for this one is not, they'll select a lot of things that you don't want. So make sure to escape and then select again on the label. This time select on a single entity. Use the function called group. Right click on the scroll function and then you will see the big rectangular one release. It will select all the layer together and right click to confirm. So in this section here, I will teach you how to create axis grid line. So as you can see from here, this type of drawing is called picture drawing. Maybe it's a scan PDF, scan and then they put it on a PDF, or it's just directly a picture drawing. So in this case, you're unable to select any of the cat and the picture is in one piece, which means that you can locate this picture left and right in one piece. So in this case, you have to just create the axis line since you don't have any layers, right? So to create the axis, press on a new one. By the way, over here is the identify and drawing tab. They will serve the same purpose. So for the axis grid line, it can be found on the framework here and the axis over here. Click on the new to create the related axis that is similar to your drawing. In this case, it's octagonal. Okay, so this one will be different from a TS. Once you click on the new axis, it will bring you to the another window without looking back on the drawing. So in this case, I will suggest that you open up your drawing and put it on your left screen and you look side by side to create axis. So from here, this drawing is on the top and the right. You will create something similar to that. Okay, you just can key in the axis line first and then you just key in the distance accordingly. Right. So in this case, I already done this thing. Already done this axis over here. As you can see, the top over here 67, zoom in nearer, 6706. Over here is 2556 4150, and this is, you have to skew it yourself. So I want to make this thing come out 6706, sum of these two, right? So in TSC they call it level, but here it's called grid, which means that this is the first grid and this is the second grid. I'm going to make another grid over here. I need to click on here and make it number 2. Yeah, in this case, this one is separate. It's number 4. You see, in this case, here looks similar and here also looks similar, right? Move on the right. This one will be for the F and E. This one will be number 1. This one should be number 2. From here is 2100, which is kind of similar. And then the rest will be, they will sum up everything from here to here. Yep, just like this one. Once everything is ready, yeah, by the way, for this one, you can also use the auto sort axis by number. If auto sort, if you like accidentally key incorrectly over here, or maybe you just insert something wrong, you just click on this one, it will go back to the sort by 1 to 5. Make sure you don't click on sort for this one because I purposely click on this one as we had to follow exactly in the drawing. They did not have any axis over here. So after you've done all this created axis, make sure everything is correct. Then the next thing you do is to set this intersection point. For the intersection point here is that by default it will be located over here, where you just have to set over here, and then that's all. Double click again and press OK. It will appear anywhere of the drawing. So you can have a two method. One is to move this axis line. Select the axis, right click to select this window here and press on the move key to move this one to the nearest one. Make sure you have to click on this random point. Yeah, it will be something like this. The second method will be creating the new axis line. So from here, select the new axis line and then directly you point on the drawing. So that's all for creating the new axis.